Hi, I usually make videos in Spanish, but tonight I can't sleep and I decided to say some things that are hard for me to say in my mother tongue. I don't know why it's difficult to speak in Spanish. Generally speaking, I guess it's difficult to speak in your mother tongue. Sometimes when there are deep things you want to say, very personal, for me it's easier to say them in a language that is less personal, less close to me, so that it feels like I'm saying them about another person, but I'm actually speaking about myself. It's 11:08 p.m. I usually fall asleep at 10:30, but I was sleepier. Oh, I was sleepy earlier. I went to sleep at 9:50, 10, and I couldn't sleep. I was just tossing and turning until I decided I wanted to record a little and talk about some things that I haven't talked about myself. I'm very close to being 30 years old, believe it or not. A lot of people have said throughout the years that I look younger for my age, so maybe it comes as a surprise for some people. I'm gonna be 30 soon. For a long time, I've been asking myself, sorry, as I drove near 33rd floor of my life, I wonder how to be more of a man. And I don't mean like growing a beard, acting tough, being masculine. I do believe some of those attributes that usually are stereotype of being a man, like being masculine, having a beard, being muscular, being tough, being strong, are like things I hire to have. I do not necessarily believe that those things mean becoming a man for real. But I consider myself to be kind of boyish. As I'm gonna be 30 soon, I'm wondering how to be perceived as a man. I believe where I have that is stigma of being perceived as a boy, as a young dude instead of a man that I will eventually become because I'm gonna be 30. It's very complicated because I think like being a certain age does not mean you're supposed to be a man or not. It's something you just become, but I just cannot shake it out of my head. I just think there's something I need to be. I need to change in my life, or I need some adjustments. But I've been wondering what things are just stereotypes that society just reinforces in everyone, and because of that, it's something that I think I should do, but actually it's not necessary. And on the other hand, I also think there are certain things that humans where if you're a man or a woman, you have to like start changing yourself so you can become a real adult, whether if you're a woman or a man. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to be more responsible. I'm trying to care for my parents and help them as much as I can. I don't want to force it. I don't want to force things because it doesn't feel right with myself, with anyone. I believe that if you force things, that force a certain change in your life that is actually a voluntary change, it will hurt you. It won't do you any good. But I do think there are certain things I would like to change. I've been wondering if I should change the way I dress. I eventually look older. I guess I eventually will catch up to looking 30, maybe when I'm 34, 35, because throughout my life I look younger, so maybe when I'm 36 I will look 30. So I'm starting to think about if I should change the way I dress, change the way I speak, change the things I like, or change my I don't know what's the word. It's not my first language, but I'm supposed to be very good at English, so I should know this. My demeanor, perhaps, as a person, like looking like that. That is a man, not being called. That is a teenager, or that is a young man, a man that is barely 20, 21, or maybe barely an adult. I want to be considered an adult. I guess that is important for me for some reason. Maybe it's a stereotype or something that has been implanted in my head, but it's not something real, perhaps. Like, what is an adult? Just being in a certain age, acting a certain way, dressing a certain way, thinking a certain way. Because when it comes to thinking a certain way, I'm right now just thinking of what I want to do with my life. I'm thinking of finding a nice job that helps me pay for bills, the rent, and also thinking about what I want to do with my like passions. Like I want to pursue some different things so I can dedicate my life to doing those things. For example, I discovered that I want to be a business owner. Before that, obviously, I need money, I need a job, I need stable income so I can pay for my dreams, pay for my plans and wishes. So yeah, I don't know, that makes me an adult because I'm really focusing on having a good job and later not depending on a job but having something of mine, like a business, an idea, being a business owner. And also I'm thinking a lot about when I want to live, when I want to spend my time living the rest of my life. Maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say I want to spend the rest of my life in just one place, but it feels like I have to choose a place where I want to spend at least next 10 years, 5 years, so I can get some of my plans started, establish a solid base for what is going to be my future life. Inside of my head, I've been thinking and asking myself, am I doing all right? I'm pursuing my mental health, my physical health as much as I can. Right now I feel stuck, but that will change soon enough. Here where I live, it's a small place where I've decided I don't want to grow because there's only so much space for growing here in this city. So I chose not to settle down here. So like my life feels stuck, but not because I want it to be stuck. I have to wait until I move so I can like fully start to do the things I want to do to have a healthy life, also money. So that thing that makes me an adult, I'm pretty sure deep inside of me I still think of me as a boy. I don't know, maybe not a 12-year-old, but I think of myself like I'm still 21 years old. I found myself looking for jobs in a career in a major I don't enjoy. I have to discover what I like. Well, I've been discovering, actually. I've been trying things. I know what I don't like. Now I need to find exactly what I like. Not everyone needs to study again. Some people can just learn the things on their own. But I learned that I need to study, or I need people to help me to learn things, because that's the way I learn. Perhaps, just perhaps, it all comes down to the fact that I'm living with my parents because it's been tough for me out there in life. It was too much for me, so I have to come back. They give me the food. I live in their roof. Maybe that also makes me feel like I'm not an adult, like I'm someone's child. I will always be someone's child, but being like protected, being nurtured, taken care of, like that, in that sense. So maybe it all comes down to that, because I have the mentality, I want to look for a job, I want to get a life, I want to start building my own future, planning it, starting acting on it. I think that makes me an adult. Maybe I'm answering myself right now. So I wanted to do this video in English because I don't have any subscribers. Well, I just have one, my best friend, but sometimes he doesn't watch my videos, I guess. He does. He says he does, but whatever. That doesn't matter for the subject. Just wanted to talk about that because I guess somehow important for me. I wanted to share what's on my mind about this topic, because maybe it has happened to you that you don't feel like an adult either. But I think it all comes down to right here, the mind, what you think, the way you act. And I think I've improved a lot in the last 3 years, learned a lot, because I'm an adult, but I'm also learning to get better, to become a better human. And that's it.